Chapter 10. That the mind works by means of the senses. As the mind then produces the music of reason by means of our instrumental construction, we are born rational, while, as I think, we should not have had the gift of reason if we had had to employ our lips to supply the need of the body, the heavy and toilsome part of the task of providing food. As things are, however, our hands appropriate this ministration to themselves, and leave the mouth available for the service of reason. The operation of the instrument, however, is twofold, one for the production of sound, the other for the reception of concepts from without, and the one faculty does not blend with the other, but abides in the operation for which it was appointed by nature, not interfering with its neighbor either by the sense of hearing undertaking to speak, or by the speech undertaking to hear. For the latter is always uttering something, while the ear, as Solomon somewhere says, is not filled with continual hearing. That point as to our internal faculties which seems to me to be even in a special degree matter for wonder, is this: what is the extent of that inner receptacle into which flows everything that is poured in by our hearing? Who are the recorders of the sayings that are brought in by it? What sort of storehouses are there for the concepts that are being put in by our hearing? And how is it, that when many of them, of varied kinds, are pressing one upon another, there arises no confusion and error in the relative position of the things that are laid up there? And one may have the like feeling of wonder also with regard to the operation of sight, for by it also in like manner the mind apprehends those things which are external to the body, and draws to itself the images of phenomena, marking in itself the impressions of the things which are seen. And just as if there were some extensive city receiving all comers by different entrances, all will not congregate at any particular place, but some will go to the market, some to the houses, others to the churches, or the streets, or lanes, or the theatres, each according to his own inclination. Some such city of our mind I seem to discern established in us, which the different entrances through the senses keep filling, while the mind, distinguishing and examining each of the things that enters, ranks them in their proper departments of knowledge. And as, to follow the illustration of the city, it may often be that those who are of the same family and kindred do not enter by the same gate, coming in by different entrances, as it may happen, but are none the less, when they come within the circuit of the wall, brought together again, being on close terms with each other. And one may find the contrary happen. For those who are strangers and mutually unknown often take one entrance to the city, yet their community of entrance does not bind them together. For even when they are within they can be separated to join their own kindred. Something of the same kind I seem to discern in the spacious territory of our mind. For often the knowledge which we gather from the different organs of sense is one, as the same object is divided into several parts in relation to the senses. And again, on the contrary, we may learn from some one sense many and varied things which have no affinity one with another. For instance, for it is better to make our argument clear by illustration, let us suppose that we are making some inquiry into the property of tastes, what is sweet to the sense, and what is to be avoided by tasters. We find, then, by experience, both the bitterness of gall and the pleasant character of the quality of honey. But when these facts are known, the knowledge is one which is given to us, the same thing being introduced to our understanding in several ways, by taste, smell, hearing, and often by touch and sight. For when one sees honey, and hears its name, and receives it by taste, and recognizes its odor by smell, and tests it by touch, he recognizes the same thing by means of each of his senses. On the other hand, we get varied and multiform information by some one sense, for as hearing receives all sorts of sounds, and our visual perception exercises its operation by beholding things of different kinds, for it lights alike on black and white, and all things that are distinguished by contrariety of color, so with taste, with smell, with perception by touch. Each implants in us by means of its own perceptive power the knowledge of things of every kind.
If you enjoyed this talk, consider subscribing to this channel and click on the notification bell, then you will know when new content is added to this playlist. Thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.